Hi, everybody, and welcome to Channel 8's coverage of high school volleyball, the first ever broadcast of high school volleyball here on Channel 8. We're going to watch the East Brunswick girls tackle the West Windsor Plainsboro High School Pirates. Gordy Deal alongside TJ Locke, who's got some experience at this school, and you know both of these coaches. East Brunswick with a mark of 2-0, and West Windsor Plainsboro off to an 0-1 start. Tell me what kind of game we're going to see today.
Well, we should see a real competitive game. The one loss West Windsor had was to Memorial, who's a very good team, and these teams battle tough all the time. You've got two great coaches, Miguel Cabrita for West Windsor and Scott Arnauer for East Brunswick, two of the best coaches in the state, boys and girls. So you're going to see two teams that did real well last year battle it out today.
And if you don't know a lot about volleyball, stay tuned because TJ does, so we'll learn a lot along the way. 2-0 East Brunswick against 0-1 West Windsor Plainsboro. Stand by. You are looking in on history. Channel 8's first broadcast of high school volleyball here on Channel 8. East Brunswick with a mark of 2-0, taking on West Windsor Plainsboro with a mark of 0-1. TJ Locke, tell me what you saw kind of in the warm-ups and how this game might play out.
Well, I saw two very well-coached teams. West Windsor, they really know what they're doing. The setters got good form, the hitters have good approaches, and same for East Brunswick. So they look pretty evenly matched just in warm-ups. West Windsor looks like to be a very talented serving team as well, so they're going to pose some problems for the Bears today.
Here's how they'll start. West Windsor Plainsboro, Holly Sheffield and Katie Lala will be the outside hitters. On the right will be Bryn Hollows, the defensive specialist Monica Brubaker, and the setter is Leslie Wagner, number 13. For East Brunswick, on the outside will be Tara Swanson, along with Debbie Kuo. In the middle will be Attica Gunja and Moira Kirby, and on the left side will be Lauren Genovese. Diana Zari will be your setter.
And Diana's going to start off serving. She's the only returning starter for East Brunswick, a very good player, one of the best players in the state. She got called for a double hit there. That means you have to contact the ball simultaneously. You can't contact left and right. So she caught the ball a little low there.
We generally see that with hands or with the forearm? Generally with the hands.
With the hands, right. There it is again. Diana Zari the setter had to dig the ball, which means the right side for East Brunswick, Tara Swanson, had to set, and she just mishandled the ball there, so a point for the Pirates.
West Windsor Plainsboro up 1-0. Can only score on your serve if you're watching for the first time and learning about volleyball.
Nice save there by the Bears.
And a good hit that time by Bryn Hollows. Just a junior, she's got some good size on her, and looks like she can be dominant up from hitting the ball.
Yeah, and she's also going to pose problems for East Brunswick's outside hitters as she'll be lining up blocking against them.
Leslie Wagner, the senior, is the one serving for West Windsor. Strong hit that time by Tara Swanson, but she was blocked. However, it was blocked out of bounds, and East Brunswick will be side out.
And that's one of the problems you're going to see right there. She's going to cause a lot of problems for the East Brunswick hitters there.
Debbie Kuo serving for EB.
That's an ace there for Debbie.
East Brunswick first point on the board. They trail 2-1.
Gord, you're going to see a lot of tough serving back and forth, and you'll see a lot of aces today, I think.
Another point for East Brunswick, and we're tied at 2.
The setter, Leslie Wagner, she has really good control. It was not that great a pass, yet she gave a nice bump set to the hitter.
The net you're looking at for girls high school volleyball, 7 feet 4 1/8 inches high.
Nice save there by the Pirates.
Diana Zari with a good set. And the rafters are in play.
Right, the rafters are in play as long as the ball stays on your side. If it hits the rafter and goes across the net, then the other team gets the point or side out.
So Debbie Kuo now, 3 straight points for the Bears, and they're up 3-2.
That's called a lift. You can't set the ball. If you set the ball in high school, it's got to be really clean. It has to come right out of the hands with no spin, basically. It's really hard to do at this level.
So Quo has East Brunswick up 4-2 now.
And there's another ace.
Make it 5-2. Well, you mentioned to me before we started that you can see significant runs and points, especially at this level, during serves. Why is that?
I think because of the height of the net and the passing is such a difficult skill. You'll see that off the serve, it's really tough to handle these serves. The girls serve real well, but passing is such a developed skill. And we have a net violation there. So the servers really have an advantage here at the high school level. When the passing catches up to the serving in a couple years, then it becomes easier to side out.
So West Windsor Plainsboro with side out. We're looking at Holly Sheffield doing the serving for the Pirates. East Brunswick leads at 5-2, game 1. This is best 2 out of 3. Up to 15 points per game and win by 2.
Correct. One thing you're going to see by East Brunswick, they're going to mix it up a lot. They don't just set outside, they set left, middle, and back. That's a great serve there.
And Holly Sheffield has West Windsor Plainsboro within 1. EB leads it 5-4. What is the biggest difference between what people see here and what you may see at the college level, say on ESPN or Pro Beach Volleyball? What is the difference in the player's ability?
Well, clearly the ball control is a lot better at the college level, and the girls can hit pretty hard from anywhere on the court. They'll run a faster middle attack, a low set we call a quick set or a one ball, where here they set higher in the middle, and the offense just runs a lot faster, a lot crisper. Every girl is a good passer, a good setter, and a good hitter, and here they're specialists.
Hit by Genovese is wide.
Side out for the Pirates.
Holly Sheffield, the senior, continues to serve. Substitution for West Windsor Plainsboro. Going to get a look at Erin Morris, and also in the game will be Sarah Lala. Erin Morris comes in to do the serving for Sheffield. East Brunswick leads at 5-4.
And there's that miscommunication. That's going to be real important for the Bears today. If they can talk and work with each other, they'll have a better chance. But against a tough serve like that, if you don't talk, you're going to see problems just like what happened there between Quo and Genovese.
It's amazing how quiet it gets just before the serve. It's a courtesy, I guess, that fans and players themselves provide. Why is that?
It's just at this level, it's just good sportsmanship, and I know here in East Brunswick they really focus on good sportsmanship. Well, you're seeing right now why the Pirates are so strong. You're getting good serves there from Erin Morris and big hits on the outside.
West Windsor Plainsboro has regained the lead here, 6-5, on the strength of Erin Morris' serving. She continues.
Nice pass by Debbie Quo there. And it looks like the setter was in the net.
You can't touch the net during play, nor can you step over the line underneath the net.
Correct. You can step on the line, but not completely over the line. And when a girl serves as well as she does, maybe sometimes the only way to stop her is to hope she misses.
And that is just what Morris did that time. Side out East Brunswick. They trail 7-5.
Tara Swanson serve.
Swanson picks up a point for East Brunswick, back within 1 at 7-6.
And you can see the good serving, scoring points on both sides. Erin Morris for the Pirates, and now Tara Swanson. Tough short serve there. That's a really big hit there.
Katie Lala with the strike for West Windsor Plainsboro. Side out for the Pirates.
She's been causing East Brunswick a lot of problems. East Brunswick just doesn't have that big block that can stop a big hitter.
Bryn Hollows will take a break for West Windsor Plainsboro. Replacing her will be Joanna Mendecki.
A freshman.
Diminutive, to say the least. The only freshman on the roster. She's got some power.
Certainly does. East Brunswick continuing to go to the middle there, but just out of bounds.
West Windsor, 7 seniors, 7 juniors, and the freshman who you're looking at there, Joanna Mendecki.
And the reason she's getting playing time is just for what you see. She's serving a nice deep ball there.
Good hit by Genovese that time.
One of the things players are coached on early in their careers is hit cross court. You have much more room. You have 42 feet in the cross court there. You have a lot more space to go in, and Lauren found that corner right there.
Now Genovese will serve. West Windsor gets it back. They lead it 8-6. This is game 1 in the best of 3.
We should expect a tough serve here. This Katie Lala, she's a big hitter, so we should get a tough serve here. Yep. Big ace there, another lack of communication. Not sure whether it was in or not. And Coach Arnett was going to call a timeout here for the Bears.
Is there a general rule of thumb that players are to follow if they're near the back line and a serve is kind of racing at them and you have a split-second judgment? What's the general rule of thumb?
It's really tough. It depends on deep. If you're deep enough, then anything above your waist is probably out. But at that point, the people that are in the back row that aren't involved in the passing really need to help their teammates out by calling in or out. And one of the things I know Coach Arnauer preaches is that if you make a call either way, in or out, just make a call. Even if you're wrong, communication is really important.
What do you suppose that Scott is telling his troops now for East Brunswick?
Well, at this point, he's trying to settle him down a little bit. The serving's been tough, so he doesn't need him to make the perfect pass to the setter. Just get the ball somewhere where Diana can get her hands on it and then run the offense. And then on defense, I'm sure he's talking about some way to stop the big hitters like Katie Lala on the outside. She's in the back row now, but she's serving tough, so she poses problems for the Bears in the front row and the back row.
Katie Lala, number 16, will continue to serve for West Windsor Plainsboro. They're wearing the away green jerseys, playing right to left. 9-6, West Windsor Plainsboro in the lead here, first game.
And they got the pass they were looking for, and East Brunswick did a nice job siding out of that timeout. That's exactly what the Bears needed right there.
That's making good use of your timeout. Debbie Quo with the kill for East Brunswick. Side out Bears. Another substitution into the game for West Windsor Plainsboro, Patty Pedroza, and she replaces Katie Lala. Attica Gunja serving for East Brunswick.
One thing you'll notice, Gordy, about both these teams is that the setter doesn't come out of the game. The setter, Diana for the Bears and Leslie Wagner for the Pirates, they stay in the whole time. That's called a 5-1 offense. And that means the setter plays front row and back row. So when the setter's front row, there are only 2 hitters in the front row. When the setter's in the back row, they have the option of 3 hitters. And that's because you'll see the yellow line about 10 feet back on each side from the net. You can't jump from behind. If you're in the back row, you have to jump from behind that line if you want to hit.
Alexis Mergenoff and Monica Brubaker back in the game for West Windsor.
And yet another ace. And the Pirate fans are going crazy here.
They brought a rowdy group of 5 guys who are extremely vocal on the far stands.
They've watched a lot of ESPN, it looks like.
So West Windsor Plainsboro up now 10-6, and East Brunswick earns a side out.
Right there you can see the advantage. By having Diana there front row, she's able to hit the ball over. If she were back row, she'd have to try to keep that ball on East Brunswick's side, but she could tip it over because she was a front row player. But now she moves to the back row to serve.
Wow.
She packs a punch.
West Windsor Plainsboro did well to save on the serve and then found a little no man's land on East Brunswick's side of the court.
And that's what we talked about. If you can just get the ball back over time, sometimes it does wonders for your team. And here comes the big right side hitter, Bryn Hollows.
Hollows back in the game for Mandecki. Junior substitutes for the freshman.
Short serve, nice serve.
Leslie Wagner, the senior setter, doing the serving now for West Windsor. They increased the lead to 11-6.
East Brunswick employs a 3-person passing system. They've got 3 girls back there ready to pass. Big block.
Blocked that time by Alexis Mergenoff, who's off the bench, blocking Moira Kirby. 12-6 now, West Windsor Plainsboro in game 1.
Tight set there. Moore didn't have much choice, and a nice block there.
A little too much oomph that time from Debbie Quo.
But
Actually, they rule a tip.
She got the call. Line judge called it in, so break there for the Bears.
East Brunswick gets the side out, and Quo will serve it as well.
Very good athlete, Debbie Quo. Good serve there.
Nice save that time by East Brunswick. There's Mergenoff.
Lefty out of the middle. Great communication there. Monica Brubaker in the back row. When things got crazy, she just took over and called the ball nice and loud and bumped the ball over. We really like to see that as a coach, see players take over vocally, really call for the ball.
Katie Lala returns for West Windsor Plainsboro. There's Lala. First touch off the substitution is wide, and East Brunswick earns the point.
East Brunswick's down 12-6. They really need to run up a few points before this game gets out of hand. They're already close. More Kirby back to serve. She needs to score some points here for the Bears.
Sorry, they did not earn the point. They earned the side out. Kirby with some good power.
Deep serve. Nice control from the setter there.
Really backed up Brubaker to the back line. Here's Genovese. A little too strong.
Big opportunity for the Bears. Had a free ball there to get a point, but couldn't convert.
Another substitution for West Windsor Plainsboro.
They have quite a deep team. They're bringing in lots of good players off the bench.
Sarah Lala and Erin Morris return, replacing Brubaker and Mergenoff.
And we saw Erin last time. She scored a bunch of points off her serve.
Came right in, was an instant.
East Brunswick needs a quick turnaround here. They could be in some trouble here.
Morris was an instant force with the serve her last time in. This time, Bears control it. Here's Genovese with a standing hit.
Deep corner, but no good.
So again, Morris comes in with the serve and earns a point. 13-6 now. West Windsor Plainsboro on top in game one.
And the Bears are going to call timeout here. Good move by Coach Arnauer. One of the reasons you call a timeout, not only to settle down your team, but certainly to stop a streaky server like Erin Morris. And when she's got a good thing going like that, Gordy, you want to stop her and try to get her out of rhythm as much as you can.
Our officials today, Pete Bogdan from Neptune, John Daglian, who's from Lumberton down in Burlington County, also have two line judges who are supplied by the respective teams.
Correct.
And it's kind of based on an honesty system, I guess.
Yeah, I mean, you know, that's just one of the things about high school sports. You try to be good sports, and the refs do have the ability to overrule the line judges, but with teams with good sportsmanship like West Windsor and East Brunswick and Miguel and Scott coach great teams that you don't have to worry about dishonesty at this point. Pete and John are great refs. I know them from both the girls and the boys seasons. They know the game really well. They appreciate the finer aspects of the game, and they certainly they both play volleyball, and they certainly know what they're doing up there.
So Erin Morris will continue serving for West Windsor Plainsboro. Her club leads 13-6 here in game one.
And East Brunswick's out of timeouts. You get 2 timeouts per game. Unless it goes to 14-14, then each team's awarded another timeout.
The hit by Attica Gunja a little too deep. 14-6.
West Windsor really controlling the game at this point.
Point away from capturing game one. Here's Genovese. Good placement by Genovese. Helps East Brunswick with the side out.
Yeah, that's really the first time East Brunswick's gotten the ball back in on the other side with that tough serve, and you see what happens.
Here's our first substitution for the Bears. Shayna Burns comes in.
Shayna's a good server. We should see a tough serve, and I think she's coming to be a little spark here for Coach Arnauer and the Bears.
She spells Tara Swanson.
It's tough coming off the bench like that, Gordy, especially in a tough game when your team's down like that, but Shayna's won lots of points for the Bears in the past.
So they quickly sub right back as Swanson returns. West Windsor Plainsboro has side out, serving for the game.
Here comes the freshman.
Freshman package of dynamite. Joanna Mendecki.
Nice serve again. Got away with a little shaky set there.
And that time Katie Lala couldn't get it over, and East Brunswick earns the side out.
And Katie's at a real advantage because she's hitting against number 13, Diana Zari, on the other side. Diana really can't put up too much of a big block. She's just outsized by the bigger outside hitter for West Windsor.
Genevieve serving for East Brunswick gets an ace.
You can see the cool nature of a senior there. Lauren plays. She's an all-star softball pitcher and a great basketball player, too. She's a real good athlete. You can see the experience coming through. Nice and calm, even though it's game point.
Game point at 14-7.
Nice save there by the setter.
Genevieve helps deliver again, 14-8.
Leslie Wagner did a good job just to give West Windsor a chance on that point. She's really a good athlete, number 13 for the Pirates.
There's Wagner again, now for Lala. And saved by Genevieve.
This is a good rally we got going here. Nice dig by Genevieve, outside to Quo.
Job by Quo. They seem to be rallying around the serve of Genevieve.
Maybe East Brunswick's got a little life in them yet here.
14-9, 3 straight points for the Bears.
Three points in a row for the Bears. You may see a timeout here from the Pirates.
Gunja pulled off a little dink.
So here's where the Pirates are at a disadvantage. The setter is front row, number 13, and we are going to get a timeout from Miguel. Good job here by the coach from West Windsor. They only have 2 hitters in the front row, so the setter's running all the way over to the right side of the net. She only has 2 players she could possibly set. So if she's running all the way over to the right side, it's hard to turn her body and set back to the left side. It's a bad rotation here for West Windsor, and the Bears have been able to exploit it.
So a 1-minute timeout. As you mentioned before, each team gets 2 per game. 14-10, West Windsor Plainsboro leading it. East Brunswick serving with 4 straight points on the strength of Lauren Genevieve's serve.
At this point, Miguel Cabriti is just trying to settle his team down, just get the ball back over, saying we've done a good job this game so far. Let's just get the serve back and put these guys away. Meanwhile, Coach Arnau is probably saying, pump it up. We've come this far. Let's see how far we can keep going.
Yeah, at this point, the team has to be a little confident in the fact that they were able to score a series of points.
Again, there's a tough rotation. She has to just bump the ball over. They're going to blow that dead. Anything close to the chairs, the refs think someone's going to get hurt, they'll blow it dead. Everything's for the safety of the players.
It's a good one-handed save that time by Tara Swanson. The West Windsor Plainsboro gets it back, serving for the game. Katie Lala. There's Quo. And the hit by Gunja short. So West Windsor Plainsboro wins game 1, 15-10.
Players have to go to the end line after the game. Coach Arnau wants to get a little coaching in, but the ref's scolding him, saying, you better get your players to follow the right format. Good comeback from the Bears, made that game interesting there at the end. West Windsor just had a bunch of streaks throughout the middle of the game, just showed they were just really a good team.
Talk about some of the equipment that the players are wearing, because you see a kind of a difference in shorts, and they have some players wearing knee pads, and knee pads are not a must.
No, sometimes coaches will take the knee pads away from a girl if they use them too often, if they rely on them. But certainly if they don't just get used to them and just go to their knees for the sake of going to their knees, then the knee pads are a good thing, obviously, for safety. West Windsor used the more traditional, bottoms there with the spandex. East Brunswick more a basketball look with the shorts.
Spandex, I guess, helps you slide a little bit more, I guess, if you're making a diving dig or save of some kind.
And I think it's just a little more flexibility, too. Most of the college teams now wear those, and they have a very traditional top, whereas East Brunswick's kind of a no-frills, let's get it done look with the shorts and T-shirt.
And I think most of the girls seem to have the shirt tucked in the front, letting it go in the back. In the front, I guess, it just kind of it helps keep the shirt away from your arms while you're using your arms so much to hit the ball.
Right, you can see how a lot of them roll up the sleeves, too, to get some more freedom.
Right. How much of an impact? I mean, we're looking at programs here from West Windsor that's only 6 years old. East Brunswick's about 7 years old. Really kind of young in comparison to, say, your traditional sports of football, baseball, and basketball, maybe soccer that's been around forever, seemingly, in the school system. Is that sort of an ESPN influence we're seeing, the outgrowth of volleyball here on the high school level in this area?
Certainly, it's becoming more popular. The fact that you can play on the beach in the summer really helps. It's a real fun type thing. Everyone has played it a long time, and they always have fun doing it. But now it's not a very expensive sport for schools to start. Unlike football or lacrosse, where you need a lot of equipment, you really just need a net. You see with East Brunswick, some T-shirts and shorts, a couple volleyballs, and you're ready to go. So it's not that hard for schools to begin a program, and it's certainly rich in tradition. Actually, volleyball is the third biggest girls' sport in the nation, behind basketball and track. So even bigger than softball around the country. Not as big in New Jersey, but it's certainly growing.
So 3 minutes between games for the players to break. We're set to start game 2 here. East Brunswick needs a win to force a third game. It's best 2 out of 3 if you're joining us late. Gordy Deal alongside TJ Locke. East Brunswick 2-0 on the season with wins over Hunterdon Central and Long Branch. And West Windsor Plainsboro lost its initial game to Eastern High School.
Right, and they played in a tournament and lost to Memorial. I was talking to Coach Cabrita, and he said it was a tough loss in the semifinals of a tournament they played down in Eastern. Memorial's always a tough team, way up in North Jersey and West New York. Always good boys and girls programs up there.
So West Windsor Plainsboro will start things off with the serve. Number 2 is Monica Brubaker doing the serving.
And he got called for a lift there. One thing East Brunswick did to start the game that's kind of interesting, they started so that if they got a side out, then Diana Zeri would be the first server, and that's exactly what happened. So things went according to plan for the Bears, so they'll have their best server serving now.
A lift would kind of be the equivalent of a carry in basketball, keeping it on your hands a little bit too long.
Exactly, and it's actually called a carry in the more informal circles of volleyball.
A little bit different from the old game of Nukem you used to play in your gym class.
Right.
So side out West Windsor Plainsboro. Leslie Wagner will serve.
I think the refs do a really good job of enforcing the rules so the players can learn and get better, but at the same time letting the girls play. They do a really fine job here. Central Jersey has some really great refs.
Debbie Quo with the serve for East Brunswick, and they pick up the point.
Another ace for Debbie Quo. East Brunswick off to the 1-0 start. They need to start out real well, real strong here.
Another example of that communication that we saw before. Ready to hit it, then kind of dropped her hands and then brought her hands up the last minute to make contact.
I tell you one thing though, West Windsor, they all know where they are on defense. They look like they're a very well coached team.
East Brunswick up 2-0 in game number 2 after losing game 1, 15-10.
There's that deep corner. It's no secret in volleyball. Pirates know it just as well as the Bears.
Now West Windsor Plainsboro earns the side out. We'll get a look at Holly Sheffield doing the serving. What is it you're looking for in a server?
You're looking for it to get a nice float to the ball. You don't want the ball to spin, similar to a knuckleball in baseball. And either that or just whack it, like Holly did there. Nice hit on the outside by Genovese.
Assuming most people can't get high enough up on the ball to really beat it down and get an ace every time, are you looking for placement? Are you necessarily looking for power every time?
Well, if you can get the ball to knuckle, if you can get the ball to float, then it'll dive and be very unpredictable. It makes it really hard to pass. If you get a nice, tough float serve, it's hard to do, though. It's hard to do. So we don't, you don't see that many good float serves at this level, but even tougher than a jump serve sometimes at the higher levels is a good float serve because it just dives, unexpectedly.
Sarah Lala and Erin Morris in the game for West Windsor Plainsboro. replacing Monica Brubaker and Alexis Merchanoff.
A lot of the best servers here in high school will just get nice, good topspin, just really hit the ball hard.
See that ball diving down with the topspin. Saved by Zari. Point for West Windsor Plainsboro, their first of game 2. They trail at 2-1.
This is a real important part of the game for East Brunswick here, as Aaron Morris scored a ton of points last game. You can see why with that nice deep serve.
Zari, the set for Gunja, dinked it over.
Nice dig. Too many guns on the West Windsor side.
Katie Lala able to pound that one down for West Windsor Plainsboro. We're tied at 2 here in game number 2. Ball came rocketing off the rafters down at Gunja. She was able to adjust.
It's a good rally we got going here, Gordy.
There's Lala again. A little jump too soon that time. East Brunswick gets it back, side out, 2-2.
That was an important side out there. They could stop the big server for the Pirates. We're going to get Shayna Burns coming in a little early this game. Coach Arnauer not wanting to wait till late in the game. Bring one of his best servers off the bench.
Burns in for Tara Swanson.
Nice deep hit again.
Katie Lala has been deadly from the outside.
Getting those Pirate fans riled up.
Back in the game for West Windsor Plainsboro, Joanna Mendecki, the freshman.
Hate to see how hard she's serving in 3 years.
Swanson returns for East Brunswick, replacing Burns.
Nice pass.
That time Gunja might have
He called the net on West Windsor that time.
West Windsor.
A little anxious.
They also stopped the serving of Mendecki, I guess, was just biggest result of that tournament.
Right, and then they got one of the best servers, Genevieve, serving for the Bears. And you got a free ball here. Let's see if they can convert. Good talk by Kirby.
Good placement that time, and East Brunswick gets it back.
Both teams on free balls, when they get a good pass, they try to go to the middle. Pirates go to the big lefty, and East Brunswick, they try to go to their big middle hitters as well.
Here's Genevieve, a line drive bullet. East Brunswick leads this one 3-2 in game number 2. Here's Lala with
Nice
another
dig,
rocket.
That's 4 hits. Can only contact the ball 3 times, but a block does not count as one of the hits. So if you block it, you can play it again off the block.
Katie Lala, I've called her name a lot tonight. They can't get the serve over, and East Brunswick gets a side out, leading at 3-2.
East Brunswick really needs to take advantage of this little bit of a lull here by the Pirates. Their best players are not crushing East Brunswick like they were in the first half of the game, and East Brunswick needs to take advantage by scoring some points, because you know good players like that, they can't hold them down long.
Attica Gunja doing the serving for EB. On the other side, Patty Pedroza replaces Katie Lala.
And there you see the set to the middle again, and a nice run there by the Pirates. Number 3, Joanna Mendecki, the freshman, making the pass on that. She's passing and serving in varsity games as a freshman. She's going to be some kind of player.
And here's the swap we've seen frequently for West Windsor Plainsboro. So Alexis Merchanoff comes back in the game with Monica Brubaker. Brubaker to serve.
Seems like West Windsor has a great server every rotation.
Brubaker immediately gets the point and ties the game at 3.
Yep, they're gonna try to go to the middle whenever they can.
Kirby's touch a little wide. West Windsor Plainsboro now leads 4-3.
You see Monica employs the walk-up serve, give a little more strength. Tough play here. I wouldn't be surprised to see a timeout here by Coach Arnauer. Don't want to let things go too long.
Another good serve by
Yeah, we're going to see one right here, I bet. Coach Arnauer doesn't want to use a timeout here, so instead he's going to use a substitute in the same method. He's been bringing Shane in just to serve, but now he's using it just to break the rhythm here, just to get a timeout so he doesn't waste one of his 2 timeouts. Good coaching move there by Coach Arnauer.
So Burns in for Swanson. On the other side, though, Brubaker continues to serve. Her club leads 6-3.
That's a tough serve. Big block. Alexis Mergenov, the lefty in the middle, she's been good both offensively and defensively there.
4 unanswered points for West Windsor Plainsboro, but the streak will stop there as Brubaker's serve goes wide and East Brunswick gets a side out.
And that's a big break for the Bears, and now they have their best server serving. Diana really needs to get some serves in here. They need to get some points.
So it falls into the lap of Zari.
There's a float. She can really serve a float serve. A sneaky play there by the setter.
Nice job by Quo.
There's no limit. You can serve as far behind the end line as you can. Some gyms, you even have a lot more room. You can serve 60, 70 feet behind the end line. If you have the strength to get it over, it makes it incredibly hard to pass. And Diana, you'll see, she'll back all the way up to the mats. She's even out of our picture. Just served long, but if that had been in, if the court's 30 feet long and on one side, so that's traveling like 90 feet in the air. It's tough to pass.
Substitution again for West Windsor Plainsboro.
A little change in height there.
Yeah, Vandecki will get the break as Bryn Hollows returns.
And Hollows has to be over 6 feet.
And only a junior. Still got room to grow in that frame. Here's Kirby with a hit.
East Brunswick's got a 6-footer of their own, and Maura Kirby.
Kirby paying dividends there, side out East Brunswick. They trail 7-4 as Debbie Quo serves.
Tough break. They had a free ball there, the Bears, but couldn't convert.
So side out West Windsor Plainsboro.
This doesn't bode well. Katie Lala coming back in the game for the Pirates. They should really have an opportunity here, up 7-4. Now they have, look at the front line they have.
Lala replaces Pedroza. Lala's been a hammer all night long.
Merging off Lala and Hollows in the front row for the Pirates. They can really score some points here. Genevieve's just doing everything she can just to get it over that big block.
Guess that's the most effective way to combat the height is a dink.
Right, I mean, with Hollows and Mergenov up there, there's nowhere to go. East Brunswick only going 7 deep today.
Side out West Windsor Plainsboro. They lead at 7-4. We'll have a substitution as we see Erin Morris come in, along with Sarah Lala, and they replace Mergenov and Brubaker again, and Morris will serve. She's been tough on the serve tonight.
It seems like every time you look around, Erin Morris is serving again. It's good news for the Pirates. Nice pass by Shayna Burns. Nice shot down the line.
Good job by Genevieve. East Brunswick gets a side out, and again stopping a good server.
And you can see the whole defense is set up to dig that cross-court hit because that's the smartest hit. So if you can hit line, it certainly is effective. We're going to get a substitution here. Jen Liu for East Brunswick.
And Liu will replace Shayna Burns.
He's looking for Jen just to serve in here, try to get some momentum. That's a nice float serve. Very little spin. A lot of talk out here right now, a lot of talk. Coach Cabrita for the West Windsor is saying, listen, if she's just going to bump it over, let her. No need to go block the ball when they're just going to bump it over and give us a free ball. And he's going to call timeout to talk about it.
So timeout by West Windsor Plainsboro. They lead this 7-5 in game number 2. West Windsor Plainsboro won game number 1 by the score of 15-10.
And you can see Coach Cabrita, he's pointing to his head saying, listen, well, you should just be thinking out there. Use your head. And, you know, when East Brunswick's just going to give us the ball, let's be smart and control the ball. On the other side, Coach Arnauer is trying to do something a little different to get his team sparked up, get a little more offense going, do something more than just bump the ball over. Both coaches very animated.
On the player's serve, and we'll watch it as the serves start up again after the timeout. Players generally hitting the ball off the heel of their hand. It's an open hand. It looks like a slap, but the ball really, power is coming from the heel of the hand.
Right. But if it's top spin, you snap over the top of the ball. If it's float serve, you hit right in the middle of the ball. You're just trying to get your whole hand to contact to get a nice, just like, you know, actually slapping at the ball. You get a nice loud sound as you hit the ball.
So it's not mostly contact with the palm of your hand, or is it?
It can be, but mostly a better server would serve with the whole hand. That was out. That was a good call there by the up ref. He has the ability to overrule any line judge, and with the experience Pete Bogdan has, coaches can feel confident that justice will prevail out there.
Substitution again. They bring in the Joanna Mendecki. We'll just guess she's about 5'2". Joanna about 5'2", making the substitution for her teammate Bryn Hollows, who goes about maybe 6 foot, 6'1".
Now each player can only enter the game 3 times, and that includes starts. So if you start, you can only come back in twice. That may come into play the longer the game goes.
It's saved by the Bears.
A little miscommunication by the Bears. Free ball for the Pirates, see if they can convert.
Nice dig by Quo.
Tough play there. Nice play on both sides. Some good athleticism out there.
So they earn the point on Mendecki's serve. The freshman puts West Windsor Plainsboro up 8-5.
That's worked a couple times there for East Brunswick, getting it to Attica Gunja in the middle and just tipping the ball to the left, finding a hole in the defense. It's worked very well for the Bears.
So side out East Brunswick, trailing 8-5, and the serving duties fall to Lauren Genovese.
She really needs to get them going here if they want a chance at this match. And going to the middle again. East Brunswick working on a little bit of a quick set there. Coach Arnauer pumping his fists, and like we talked about in the college game, how they run a little quicker set in the middle. East Brunswick trying to involve that in the offense. There's only one other team in New Jersey that runs a quick set, Paramus Catholic up north. So East Brunswick trying to play a little more advanced volleyball here. Even though she's not hitting it, she's tipping it in pretty well.
Finding the holes in that West Windsor Plainsboro
there
defense.
It is again. Pirates ready for it this time. Let's see if they go to the middle. They may go outside the big hitter here. Yep, she was under the net there. Katie Lala under the net. That's a break for the Bears. They seem to be on a little run right here. The fans are starting to get into it, Gordy.
Yeah, you can see the confidence level of East Brunswick take a shift up. They're within 1 point here on the Genovese serve. There's Lala. Thunder.
That's a big hit. Oh, nice save there by the Bears.
Here's Gunja.
Seeing a good point right here. 2 big plays by Lala, and East Brunswick being a little scrappy on defense here. And they're getting all pumped up over there.
We are tied at 8.
These teams didn't play last year. They weren't on the schedule. Both coaches worked hard to get each other on the schedule. Looking for good competition. More important than winning is to get these girls playing good volleyball. Both coaches feel that way. It's good to see.
The hit is out again, and East Brunswick finds itself in the lead.
Coach Cabrita reaching his arm up high, saying keep your elbow high when you swing. I'll give you a little better chance to keep it accurate.
9-8. Saw a run on Lauren Geneviese's serve in game 1. We're seeing it here in game 2. And the timing couldn't have been better.
Free ball here for the Bears. See if they can convert.
Whoa. Delivers for East Brunswick. They are hot.
And now one thing you can see why that quick set is so important. East Brunswick had run that quick set the last 3 times. Attica freezes the blocker on the other side, so now West Windsor only had 1 blocker up against Debbie Quo. That really helped the Bears there. And then another nice deep serve.
Here comes Lala again.
You can only hold her back for so long.
This time she converts. Side out West Windsor Plainsboro, but East Brunswick with the rally takes the lead 10-8 here in game 2.
And she's back to serve now, so be careful. Pirates are coming back.
Good job by Quo. Here she comes for the hit. And it's wide. West Windsor Plainsboro back within 1 at 10-9.
Never cleared the net. It's 10-10. We may get a timeout here. Timeout from the Bears.
Scott Arnauer wants to talk it over with his troops. 10-10.
We have a game to 5 here, Gordy.
Game number 2, West Windsor Plainsboro took the first game 15-10. East Brunswick needs a win here to force a 3rd and final game.
You're seeing good Central Jersey volleyball here. Very competitive. Both teams going back and forth. Haven't been too many long runs in this game. That's a sign that the volleyball is of a higher level.
You and I talked about it briefly before we started about the difference in quality and maybe experience between volleyball in North Jersey as compared to Central Jersey. Why is that?
Well, that's because up north they play like they're playing Little League. The girls get involved in clubs from a very young age. They have great coaches up there, and they get them playing very early, and it's the cool sport to play. So, you know, we have some great soccer and basketball teams down here, but they're playing volleyball up north in Bergen County. But it's growing here.
West Windsor Plainsboro off the Lala serve. Here's Gunja. Can't get it over.
The ref really letting him play on that one. A couple of questionable calls, and he says at 10-10, I'm not going to decide the fate of this game. I'm going to let the players decide.
Lala continues to serve. Has put her team up 11-10 here in the second game. Here's Gunja. Saved by Genevieve on the dig, but East Brunswick couldn't capitalize, and West Windsor Plainsboro up now 12-10.
A lot of power from the outside of Holly Sheffield, and then the big serve from Katie Lala, showing why they're a good team, West Windsor. They're adjusting well to that tip. And there's that big hit. They may have to call timeout again.
Good hit. Holly Sheffield from the outside that time. Puts West Windsor Plainsboro up 13-10, and Scott Arnauer needs to talk it over one more time.
Yeah, and I know it's getting frustrating for the Bears right now, but you just have to give credit to the Pirates. They've got some real power both in the serve and on the outside hitting. Katie Lala finally gets to the back row, and then Holly Sheffield comes up and becomes a big hitter. Katie's only a junior. See her name in the paper a few times this year.
This team you were a part of last year, this East Brunswick club, ranked as high as 14 in the state by the Star Ledger at one point. What is there a different kind of character on this team this year? Or are they?
Yeah, it was a really senior-led team, and this year we've got a mixture. We've got a sophomore out there, a couple juniors, a couple seniors. Last year, just a bunch of really good athletes that learned to play volleyball very quickly and had a good season. Actually upset #1 Paramus Catholic at their own tournament. That was the highlight of last year's season.
Here's Lala with that thunderous serve. Her team needing 2 points to win today.
Smart tip there. Nice save.
Great save by Mendecki, the freshman.
A little miscommunication, but good talk. Big swing off the block.
Nice job by Quo.
Taking advantage of the smaller front row of the Pirates. Debbie Quo swinging away. Whereas when you have that big line of the Pirates, that'd be a tough hit to fit through those blockers. And here come some subs.
So side out East Brunswick. West Windsor Plainsboro will give Katie Lala the break and send in Patty Pedroza.
East Brunswick got their big server serving now. This is a good chance for them to get back in this game.
This is Diana Zari, who serves him deep. And with power.
Oh, they're called out of rotation with the sub coming in. Oh, the sub just came in, number 9. She was on the wrong side of number 3, and you've got good refs. They catch those things pretty quickly. You have to be in a certain rotation to start the point.
And that's an automatic point.
That's an automatic point because the team's serving. Officials calling timeout. They're going to check the lineup. Make sure the right server's serving.
John Dagley, and it comes to the scorer's table.
East Brunswick may have they served out of rotation, so let's see if the refs can pick this up. Coach Arnauer telling the ref. The ref telling Arnauer not to worry about it. Now Gunja's serving.
So East Brunswick finds itself behind 13-11, and West Windsor Plainsboro gets the side out.
And you can see the play between the coaches. Cabrita said, don't even worry about it. A mistake there by the Bears, and they ended up getting a point on that. We'll have to check the scores to see who was right, but Miguel Cabrita saying to Coach Arnauer, don't even worry about it. Let's let the girls decide on the court. And that's just, you can just see why these girls are such great sports, because the coaches are such great sports.
Boy, you can always follow that track, can't you? Players react to what the coach does. So Monica Brubaker will try to close this thing out for West Windsor Plainsboro, leading 13-11.
Debbie Quo with a big hit from the junior there.
Nice hit by Quo. Boy, we've seen that a number of times from her tonight.
Yeah, she got a lot of varsity time last year as a sophomore on a very dominated by the senior team, and she had a bad ACL injury earlier last year, and she's recovered pretty well from it. She's jumping pretty well. Now Diana's serving again. Break for the Bears. She's right in the right place, number 9 there for the Pirates. Tip, but it's out of bounds. Coach Cabrita looking for a touch or a net violation, but he's not going to get the call.
So they earn the point on Diana Zari's serve, and they're within 1 at 13-12. Zari with that good deep serve.
Back set to Swanson. Ooh. Little shifty play there by the setter.
That's good heads-up play by Zari, knowing where she is and knowing where West Plainsboro is.
All right, Coach Arnauer says, great play, don't ever do that again. That's what Coach is saying to her. But at 13-13, you do whatever you can to win the point.
So you look like a hero if you make it and a goat if you don't.
That's right, that's right. If you do it, you better win.
East Brunswick fighting to hang on. Here's
They
Kirby.
go to the middle.
She gets it done.
Big kill. We should see a timeout by West Windsor here at game point, especially with the best server, East Brunswick. They're getting all fired up. One way to stop this momentum. Let's see if they call timeout.
They've been able to watch the momentum shifts, and indeed West Windsor Plainsboro is going to call a timeout. What is Miguel going to tell his troops for West Windsor now after having played so well all game long and suddenly have lost the momentum here late in game 2?
He's saying just be smart here. He's saying, listen, they've got a good server. Let's just do our best. Get the ball back over to East Brunswick and play some defense. We've got big blockers. Let's put the pressure back on East Brunswick. We're winning this game. Let's remember that we're up 1 game. Pressure's on East Brunswick. They're at home, so we got nothing to lose here.
Look at some of the younger East Brunswick players, and you can see kind of the fire and excitement in their eyes, knowing what they've been able to accomplish to this point against a team like West Windsor Plainsboro, which has shown a lot of firepower today.
And both these teams did real well in the States last year, suffering losses to the big Bergen County teams, but they're making Central Jersey proud. And here's where, as a coach, you don't know whether to tell your server to go for the AC or just get it in. It's an age-old argument. I have a feeling no matter what, though, Diana's going to go for it here.
Well, I guess she scored some gutsy points with the little placement piece she had before.
She went for it. She got a good serve. Out of bounds, game East Brunswick.
Well, there were two key rallies that East Brunswick made during that game to get back in the lead twice. Once on Lauren Geneviese's serve and the second time on Zari's serve, and they were able to ride the momentum that time. So explain what happens here now with the captains.
Okay, the captains go to the center of the net there, and they do another coin toss to see who will serve. You can almost guarantee the team that wins will choose serve. Yep, West Windsor wins. They're going to serve. East Brunswick's probably going to stay on the side they just won on. Just a little superstition. And everyone looks like they're going to stay on the same sides here for the third game.
Well, if you had watched game one, you might not have expected that this would have gone 3 games, but East Brunswick really made a heck of a turnaround in game number 2.
Yeah, and it's going to be real important for East Brunswick to keep that momentum up, because we've seen the power West Windsor has, and you can slip in a win there in the second game. Now that's one thing. Now to pull off is again. Now Miguel's telling his team right now, you know, that's the reason why you play 3. You know that each team's trying to do its job to win 1 game, but hey, we won that first game. Let's not forget that, and let's just go out and play our game. We can win this third game.
As an analyst now and not a coach with your headphones on, what from game 1 to game 2, what have you noticed?
Just a little more consistency from East Brunswick. They were able to stop the long runs. West Windsor went on a bunch of long runs with their tough serving, and just the passings improved a little bit for East Brunswick. And a couple plays where West Windsor, if they just were a little more calm and used their head, they would have had some easy plays. But East Brunswick caught a few breaks, and I think it's just a couple breaks here and there, and some good serving, and that's what made the difference.
So we're tied at 1 game apiece with game number 3 set to take place in a moment when the teams break from their timeouts. They get 3 minutes between games. Kind of grab a drink, cool down, talk things over with the coach. So you mentioned Scott Arnauer, coach for East Brunswick, who's been around a while, 7 years in the system, 2nd year as head coach of the girls. And on the West Windsor Plainsboro side, Miguel Cabrita in his 3rd season at West Windsor Plainsboro.
And Miguel coaches 3 seasons of volleyball. He coaches the girls team in the winter, and he coaches the boys at St. Joe's, who were 2nd in the state to East Brunswick last year. He coaches the boys. Coach Arnauer coaches the East Brunswick boys as well. Coach Arnauer was named Coach of the Year in both the boys and the girls seasons last year. So we've got 2 really good coaches going up against each other.
Why is it that the net in volleyball for girls is 7 feet 4 1/8 inches, yet the boys is about another 7 inches higher?
I think it's just a difference in the basketball. They use 2 different size balls, and just a little difference in the gender. The boys jump a little higher, hit the ball a little harder. So if they were to play on the net this low, it could get a little dangerous. But we still want to see the spiking and still see the power game at the girls level. So by changing the net, it all evens out. Gets a more exciting game for both the boys and the girls.
All right, so getting set for game number 3. Scott Arnauer has his troops on the floor already.
They're excited. They're all pumped up from last game.
Calabrita still giving some last-minute words of wisdom to his troops. So on the floor for East Brunswick, it'll be the original starters. That'll be Quo, Zari, Swanson, Gunja, Genovese, and Kirby. And ditto for West Windsor Plainsboro, Brubaker, Sheffield, Wagner, Hollows, Lala, and Mergenoff. Brubaker will serve to start things off for West Windsor. The 3rd and final game, best of 3. Here's Zari with the set for Kirby.
Going to the middle, she tries to change directions, but to no avail. Point for the Pirates. It's important for both teams to get off to a good start here.
I think the analogy in basketball, and we'll finish it after Brubaker's serve.
She's got that walk-up serve, gives her a little extra power.
I think the analogy to basketball would be you can't change your mind after you've jumped to take a shot and then decide you want to pass. Is it a similar philosophy in volleyball where once you get in the air, you have to kind of go with what you originally planned to do, either kind of dink it or slam it? Or
right, that depends on the level. Certainly at this level, you want to have a good idea what you're doing when you go up, but as you get more advanced and you start to be able to see the ball and the block at the same time, you can start to hit around blockers. I never believed that when coaches told me that, but I guess once you get to the more advanced levels, you can actually see the blocker to hit around them. That's hard to do.
Tied at 1 off the Diana Zari serve. East Brunswick with it, looking to take a lead here.
Serving rockets. Coach Cabrita wanted an over the net call, but as long as the ball, any piece of the ball is in the plane of the net, either team's allowed to touch it. So Kirby was right in being aggressive on that play.
Good body control by Kirby as well.
It's just out.
So East Brunswick up 2-1, West Windsor Plainsboro.
And this is a good
That's
rotation for West Windsor. You can see they have some of their big hitters in the front row now and big blockers.
Leslie Wagner the serve. Quo the dig.
Okay, what that is, she got called for. Diana's a back row player, so she's not allowed to jump and attack the ball. And as soon as both hitters touch the ball at the same time, Diana's an illegal attacker. So that's one of the downsides of a 5-1 offense.
So 2 points in a row quickly now for West Windsor Plainsboro. They jump out to a 3-2 lead here in the third and final game.
No, they got a break there. East Brunswick was in a lot of trouble right there. Really had nothing to do, and the girls were caught in the net. Again, Coach Cabrita pointing to his head. Use your head out there, girls.
So Debbie Quo will serve, her club trailing by 1. This is not like tennis where you get a second chance at a serve either. Hits the net, it goes the other side. Side out, West Windsor Plainsboro.
I heard a rumor the other day that they're going to let that count as a real serve soon. It'd be a crazy rule to implement where the ball could hit the net and still count, but that's a rumor hot off the presses. Which I think would be bad for volleyball. Nice tip there.
Finish on why the serve touching the net being in play would be bad for volleyball.
Well, it's so unpredictable. When the ball hits the net, it's like a lead cord in tennis. You really have no idea where it's going to go, and I don't think it's that tough just to say, you know, just serve the ball over the net to get it right. The more you make the game unpredictable, the more the talent takes a back seat.
West Windsor Plainsboro up 4-2. East Brunswick with the side out. See a substitution here as Kirby takes a breather. And back in is Jen Liu, and she will serve.
That's the first time Kirby's been out of the game, and a lot of playing time for the sophomore. Ooh.
Liu with a line drive.
East Brunswick just going back to that middle time and time again. Diana taking control. Set outside to Lala. Too much force for the Pirates. Both coaches happy with the play on that point there.
Nice job by Lala. She's been thunder from the outside all day. 4-2 side out West Windsor. They lead it by 2.
The Pirates getting the chop working in the stands right now. And guess who's serving?
Erin Morris in for West Windsor Plainsboro.
Yep, and then right gets the ace right away.
Immediately earns the point. They lead 5-2. A little too much power that time for Morris. That helps out East Brunswick. They get a side out. And East Brunswick will substitute again. We'll see Tara Swanson take a breather. Back in comes Shayna Burns, number 18.
Here's your real opportunity to get some points back. West Windsor out to the early lead.
We saw East Brunswick with 2 big streaks in the second game to win it. They'll need it here. West Windsor Plainsboro gets a side out. And back in the game for West Windsor Plainsboro comes Joanna Mendecki.
Just says something about Joanna. When game's on the line, third game, coach relies on the freshmen to come into the game and do a good job.
Freshman in a big spot here for her club.
She comes through with a nice deep serve.
Again, they earn a point off the Mendeki serve, and West Windsor Plainsboro up now 6-2. Swanson for Burns on the substitution for East Brunswick.
East Brunswick wants to really focus on controlling the ball here. Get a good pass.
Sarah Lala unable to get it over for West Windsor Plainsboro, and EB takes it back, trailing by 4.
Tell you one thing about West Windsor, I'm impressed with the fact they don't go back to the same hitter every time. They're really mixing it up well. Shows confidence in all the players.
Lauren Genovese serving for East Brunswick.
There's another play, gutsy play. She sets over rather than setting the big hitter, Katie Lala. That's another play. If you make it, you better win. Both setters taking chances and succeeding.
Side out West Windsor Plainsboro, Katie Lala to serve.
The back set.
Here's Chloe. We've seen good stuff from her.
Good call, double hit off the lift there, off the block. Good touch on the block by the setter.
Substitution, we'll see the big hitter, Kaylee Lala, take a break. Patty Pedroza returns, 6-2. West Windsor Plainsboro leading it, side out East Brunswick. This is Attica Gunja, senior captain, co-captain along with Lauren Genovese.
Nice hit there. Too good, too tough at the net, the Pirates, too good. East Brunswick's really gonna need to make some get some breaks here because these West Windsor Pirates are for real. And they just continue to bring player after player off the bench.
Monica Brubaker and Alexis Mergenoff return. Sarah Lala and Erin Morris take a break, and Brubaker will serve. 6-2 West Windsor Plainsboro on top by 4, kind of in a holding pattern in terms of points for the past couple of minutes.
Attica calling for the back row hit, and as long as you're behind the 10-foot line, that's legal. And it pays off. Good aggressive play by the senior Attica Gunja there for the Bears. Coach Arnauer happy about that one.
She helps earn the side out.
Running one balls and hitting from the pipe. Pretty advanced stuff for the Bears. It's a big break for the Pirates. East Brunswick's best server there misses her serve, and now they can bring in team height here in the front row.
Back in the game, Bryn Hollows, and out goes Mendeki again. Swanson with a good hit.
Nice control by the Pirates.
Hollows puts it away, side out West Windsor.
Excuse me, Gordy, great all-around play there by the lefty, Alexis Mergenoff. Not only has she been a force blocking and hitting, but then when the setter had to make the dig there, she comes right in, sets the ball to the right side for the kill.
Should say point earned, not side out. West Windsor Plainsboro now up 7-2. And Swanson with a good hit.
Doing everything she can to get it over that big block there. Hollows and Mergenoff.
So side out East Brunswick.
East Brunswick, if they're going to come back in this game, they need to start soon, down 7-2. That's the way to do it. A couple aces, they'll be right back in this game. That's a great float serve. We were talking about that earlier, where the ball has no spin. You serve that nice and deep. You don't know whether it's going to be in or out. There it is again. Good serve from the junior. A little confusion. A lot of confusion out there.
There's West Windsor Plainsboro's height coming through. 7-3, West Windsor Plainsboro. They'll make a substitution. Katie Lala will come in for Patty Pedroza.
And you can see what a line this is with Mergenov, Lala, and Hollows all in the front row. This is a great chance for the Pirates to put away the Bears here.
A lot of height, a lot of power from West Windsor Plainsboro. Ball hits the line.
East Brunswick starting to get frustrated. They're starting to look at the scoreboard. Coach Arnauer needs to refocus them. And just when that happens, he calls a timeout.
So West Windsor Plainsboro leads at 8-3 here in the third and final game. I find it interesting how quiet it becomes during a serve, and you say good sportsmanship for concentration. I wonder why that doesn't translate to basketball with free throws. Now, we see it in tennis, and we've seen it in volleyball, we see it in golf, but we don't see it when the place kicker is about to kick a field goal for football. We don't see it when the pitcher's about to make a pitch for baseball, and we certainly don't see it in basketball for free throws. It's an interesting philosophy.
And yet it's exciting in all sports. I think it's a good thing in tennis and golf and volleyball, and I think it's a good thing in basketball and baseball. You get the crowd going, excited. There's nothing better than being at a home game and the opposite players on the free throw line at a college game and cheering like crazy. You're really cheering for your team to win, though.
Holly Sheffield doing the serving for West Windsor Plainsboro.
They go to the middle. Kirby has trouble with the big middle blocker, Mergenov for the Pirates, and they go to a 9-3 lead now.
Sheffield, the senior, continues to serve.
Tough serve.
Kind of jammed Genovese that time. West Windsor Plainsboro now by 7.
That's really a tough play there for Genovese. It's tough. It's over her left shoulder, which is really the toughest pass to make. They're blocking everything, West Windsor. Back to Lala on the outside.
She delivers. 11-3 now. West Windsor Plainsboro on a run.
And this is what we talked about at the end of the second game. East Brunswick needs to make some breaks because this West Windsor team just has too much firepower.
Genovese to Zari. Genovese again.
Hey, Genovese showing some guts there. Made a great pass in the middle of the court, got outside, yelled at Diana, set the ball outside. I'm going to put the ball away, and she went up against that big block and gave it everything she had. Good confidence.
Side out East Brunswick, trailing 11-3. Substitution here. So we see Jen Liu come back in place of Laura Kirby.
And Genovese only a senior, already a senior, but only playing, this is only her second year playing volleyball. It just shows you what kind of athlete she is. Great talk there by the Pirates. In unison, you can hear them yell out.
Here comes the combination of Erin Morris and Sarah Lala for Alexis Mergenov and Monica Brubaker for West Windsor Plainsboro. East Brunswick, too, is going to substitute Becky Haupt. First look we got at her tonight in place of Jen Liu.
She adds a little bit of control to the back row here. Good fundamental player.
Here's Morris on the serve, 11-3. Big break for East Brunswick. Let's get Morris off the serve.
That's right, we've seen her do her share of damage to the Bears today so far. And we can see that same sub come in again.
Shayna Burns for Tara Swanson for EB.
Hoping that substitute will pay off.
And Burns, the junior, will serve.
Nice deep serve. A little miscommunication there by the Pirates. Coach says no problem. You're still up 11-4, nice and easy.
Those are some of the basics. I don't like to see the mental mistakes. The physical ones you can always kind of handle as a coach, but it's the mental ones.
That's exactly right. Good pass, way to fight that one off. There's that quick set in the middle. New to the East Brunswick offense. Going over on 2.
Oh, nice touch by Kunja.
Kunja says, I'm not going to wait for the third hit. I'm just going to do it myself. One of the most spirited players on the East Brunswick team, Attica Kunja. East Brunswick making a little run here. Up, and just as I say that, Coach Cabrita stands up and calls a timeout. You can really sense the momentum shifts, and these coaches want to stop that as soon as possible.
2 points in a row for East Brunswick. A 1-minute timeout. They trail at 11-5, West Windsor Plainsboro. looking to close things out. East Brunswick has the serve.
Coach Arnauer just telling his team, you got to believe in yourself here. We've come back before. We've beaten this team once, one game already today. Let's just do it again. And over on the other side, Miguel Cabrita just saying, calm down. We're a good team here. Let's just play our game.
Having had a decent season last year, talking to Miguel Cabrita before the game, and he had mentioned that he had 6 returning starters for this year's team. However, not all of those 6 have found starting jobs this year, and I thought that was a pretty good indication of the kind of new talent he probably had.
Exactly. It's just a credit to the program. When you build a good program like that, that's what you get, and you can see with the amount of substitutions they have a really deep team that can only help you, especially when you get to the third game. Everyone gets a little tense, a little nervous, a little tired, and you keep bringing fresh players off like that. That's a nice thing to have, that depth. Not every team can have that.
He's gone 4 players deep with regularity. Burns serving with her club trailing by 6, and there's a miss by Lala, and a rare one at that. East Brunswick earns a 3rd straight point. They're within 11-6 on strength of Shayna Burns' serve.
They're going to go to the right side player here. Nice dig, one-handed stab. Genovese just tipping the ball. Nice control there. She didn't really have too much there. And you have the big blocker from Mergenov, so not much you can do. Just tip the ball, keep it in, see if you give your team a chance to win the point. That's exactly what happened. Nice play there.
East Brunswick within 4. They give it back to West Windsor Plainsboro. 11-7.
Shayna Burns coming out with her head high. A proud moment after serving a couple points there, and looks like another substitution for the Pirates.
And we once again will see Joanna Mendecki in for Bryn Hollows. East Brunswick, good job on the strength of Burns' serve. Picked up 4 points. They're within 11-7. Mendecki will try to close it out for the Pirates.
It's important to get a quick side out here for the Bears. They want to stay in this. They're going to go to the senior. Oh, tough play there. Nice dig by the freshman. Joanna Mendecki off the nice hit by the left side, Lauren Genovese. Coach Arnauer not wasting time. Too late in the game, 3rd game. 1 point, he's calling timeout.
East Brunswick takes time. 12-7, West Windsor Plainsboro on top here. Hoping to get the ball back and maybe run another streak.
Now it's just the kind of gut check speech you give your team. This is where it counts. This is what we've worked hard in practice for. Let's see what we can do. Just try to root them on and try to dig down deep, get something here for the Bears. They've used both their timeouts now, so it's up to the girls on the court. Pirates still have 1 timeout left.
I hope you're enjoying this as much as we are. Cordy Deal alongside TJ Locke. First broadcast of high school volleyball here on Channel 8. We're watching Mendecki serve for West Windsor Plainsboro.
Another ace for the freshman.
It's the smallest player on the court, but you can see that size does not have the biggest impact in volleyball.
Not when you can serve like that. Nice ball control by the Pirates. Becky Half with a nice pass there. Ah, a little sneaky shot by the senior. They call her the Visa. Lauren Genovese.
Job by Genovese. 13-7. East Brunswick gets it back, trailing by 6, and Genovese will serve. And they made a run of 4 points on the serve of Shayna Burns last time. See what Genovese come up with.
Just out. This is the tough rotation for West Windsor, where the setter has to come all the way across the net, turn around to set back outside. So you're going to see a lot of bump setting. If East Brunswick can get some good serves, this would be a good rotation for them to get back in the game. Free ball. Ah, miscommunication.
West Windsor Plainsboro will have side out. Katie Lala, a step behind the back line with her club leading 13-8.
That's just one of the kinds of things, one of the things you see with a real experienced team. You don't see mistakes like that.
His Here's the set by Zari for Gunja.
Dig by Mandeki. Now's not the time to be tentative for the Bears.
Point game for West Windsor Plainsboro, leading 14-8.
And looks like their MVP is back to serve. And what a better way to end that than have your one of your best players end the game with an ace. Great match, Gordy.
Katie Lala did it all game long for West Windsor Plainsboro. Was a real threat, not only as a server, but as an outside hitter. And they got a nice spark off the bench, too, from their young freshman, Joanna Mendecki. But East Brunswick, I tell you what, I think grew up a lot in game 2 in showing what they can do against a talented club like West Windsor Plainsboro.
Right, and this early in the season, that's got to be a good sign. I'm sure that's what the coaches will be saying. West Windsor saying, you know, we eked out a close one against a good team. And East Brunswick said, you know, it's early in the season, and we played well against one of the best teams in Central Jersey. So it's got to bode well for both teams' futures. This is a well-played game.
So West Windsor Plainsboro wins it 2-1. East Brunswick takes its first loss of the season. They slip to 2-1 on the year, while West Windsor Plainsboro earns its first victory. And the Pirates are now 1-1. We'll enjoy working with you.
Thanks a lot, Gordy. I've enjoyed coming back to East Brunswick to do this game.
All right, our first ever broadcast of high school volleyball here on Channel 8. For TJ Locke, I'm Gordy Deal. Thanks for watching. Once again, West Windsor beats East Brunswick 2-1.